have arrived already? No, something's wrong. A problem with the Magellan, perhaps?
Sam, this is Dollman. We've been monitoring the state of the tar currents, but they're showing no sign of calming down. The Mexican side is especially bad at the moment, and that instability seems to be having an effect on Australia as well. I'm afraid it's much too dangerous to try moving the DHV Magellan. Time is of the essence, however, and we can ill afford to wait until the currents are calm enough for us to travel. So, we're going to need you to go on ahead without us, Sam. Back to Mexico. We have no idea what's waiting for you there. But we've modified Higgs's guitar for your use, if that's any consolation. Practice with it on the ship's range if you like. I don't need to tell you it packs a punch. Just remember to take it with you when you go. You can even bring it to the beach, on account of its rather unique properties. We'll keep you apprised on the tar current situation as soon as we can. We're rooting for you, Sam.
The last Stranding. An attempt to use chiral communications to link everyone's beaches and flood the world of the living with BTs. The final mass extinction event that would extinguish all life on the planet. If tomorrow is indeed your daughter, then it stands to reason she's inherited your unique abilities, though she may also be a new extinction entity as well. So, operations at the Eastern Environmental Observatory are managed by just one man, all alone in the mountains. Must be terribly stressful. To survive in such extreme conditions, you cannot afford to let despair take root in your heart. Hope is an indispensable asset. Not to downplay the benefits of the cargo you brought, but the truth of the matter is that it won't make a difference for him that quickly. But what no doubt served to give him immediate comfort was the presence of a helpful soul. You, Sam. Porters can be bearers of light for those struggling in darkness. He'll not soon forget what you've done, nor the warmth that filled his heart when you arrived. Sam, no matter what misfortune may befall him, that adventurer is going to keep exploring the continent. I just know it. Is it the primal calling that compels him to make these journeys? Or perhaps he's become addicted to the thrills that come with experiencing the unknown. Regardless of his motivation, when I see how distressed his son is, I want to do what I can to get him home safe. Apropos of nothing, about that ghost mech we saw carrying what appeared to be a coffin on its back. I wonder if that coffin was somehow connected to the beach. I distinctly felt the presence of the dead from within its armor. If you could deal a blow powerful enough to bypass its defenses, it might be enough to stop it in its tracks. Failing that, you could always concentrate your attacks on a single location on its body. I've been mulling over the words Victor said to you earlier. He's gone, but he still feels so close. There's a universal truth in that sentiment. The closer we are to people when they're alive, the stronger the bond we forge with them in our hearts. No matter how much time passes, I still feel her presence. My daughters. No doubt you feel the same about Lou. One day, Sam, when you have a moment to spare, I'd like to tell you about my daughter and the strange events that changed the course of our fates. Apropos of nothing, I saw that you received EX capture grenades from the metagenomicist. To think that the parasitic chiral microbes you brought her could be repurposed to infect and birth variant BTs in such a manner. Namely, by combining BT crystals with your own DNA to produce BT cores. If this is indeed true, it's a truly incredible discovery. You have to test this theory at the earliest opportunity, Sam. I'm eager to see what happens. Ah, yes. When you consume a chronobiote, your perception of the world around you dramatically slows down for a brief period. It's not hard to imagine why that'd be beneficial in the middle of a fight. You'd have a much easier time lining up your shots, and you'd see enemy attacks coming long before they had a chance to hit you. I'm reminded of the difference in the passage of time experienced when we're on the beach. It stands to reason that both phenomena might be caused by microbes from the beach and their effects on our bodies when ingested. Ah, yes. That place we were sent to, the land of the dead, it strikes me as odd that it was submerged underwater. And did you see those columns of ice, the ones descending from the surface all the way to the floor? Afterwards, I realized what they reminded me of. The columns were reminiscent of a phenomenon known as brinicles. When seawater freezes and turns to ice, salt concentrates are released into the surrounding water. This brine is heavier than the water around it due to its higher density. It therefore sinks deeper into the ocean. As it flows towards the ocean floor, its lower temperature results in the formation of ice. And as this process continues, it can produce column-like ice structures. Any living creatures unfortunate enough to become entangled in these can be frozen solid. Little wonder they're called icicles of death. Sam, the times we've encountered Nirvana. The first was amidst flames, and the second was in what seemed to be flood-ravaged ruins. Now, I believe that you were previously transported to a realm not unlike a battlefield. The places we found ourselves in are similar in that they were the sites of disasters. This is just a theory, but it could be the case that what we've seen is a reflection of Neil's mental state. He may have been a first-hand witness to a terrible tragedy which left a lasting mark on him. Sam, when I saw that coffin, I was reminded of a rather unorthodox type of psychotherapy. The patient lies down inside a coffin, which is then closed, plunging them into darkness. In being subjected to this simulated experience of being laid to rest, they may find a measure of peace and comfort. If you spot a coffin that seems suitable for this, why not climb inside and see what happens? Ah, yes. Each time we take the DHV Magellan into the currents, the level of tar pollution on board increases, which is why everyone has to pitch in to clean the ship after every trip. In spite of that, we still find ourselves stymied by nasty blockages like this one. Tarman broke 3 mops attempting to dislodge a particularly stubborn wad before throwing up his hands in despair. Although he failed in that epic struggle, I can only respect his dedication. Ah, yes. The doctor's talents were a sight to be... A psychic myth? How many children... I expect she knows... Come to think of it, I spoke with Rainey earlier. She tells me tomorrow's making excellent progress with her studies. Before we left to see the Motherhood, she was tackling and solving relatively elementary problems. But it seems she's since progressed to intermediate and higher level ones. At this rate, she might well surpass our own capabilities before long. To learn is to grow, and to watch her grow so quickly has been a delight. Sam, so that was the esteemed data scientist. They didn't... I suppose and they must be quite... Just how many Pete's... Huh. A suit that... Eyes are the most... You see, Perhaps this suit... Which is to say... But I think it... Apropos of nothing, I see that in our own arsenal, people seem less than... I fear it's going... You know, Sam, I was just thinking. Hartman's condition is cause for... His is undeniable. The regular... And let's not forget, part of me wishes not that my body... Sam, I was surprised by how effectively Tamara was able to... The way she took it, but her capacity... Oh, but there are other... Ah, yes. That friend of the Dow's... To go to such a... Perhaps it would have... Come to think of it, the armed survivalists don't... It's unconscionable. Man, the thought of... Sam, none of us trying to reclaim us... Your deliveries... Apropos of nothing, necrobiotes... And they seem to have this sudden in... If we successful... Apropos of nothing, so Sam... I did some research, known as the Go... Come to think of it, you've been receiving more dangerous order. Please, don't... While I'm incapable... If you throw me to... You know, Sam, I was just thinking. The brigands' vehicle, you won't be able to get... Their enemy property, I'd not get into the... Come to think of it, I was looking... It seemed to have been... Unlike other this phenomenon, it's one more... Sam, ever wanted to learn more about the various... Well, there's a... Might be good to check it. Ah, yes. The kangaroo you rescued. You know, if you ever want... Sam, are you... It's because Come to think of it, Rainy used to be... It was singing... Sam, the Rainbow Valley... And thanks... Come to... There are organisms... My understanding... Apparently, they... There may be and really, you should... Ah, yes. Apparently, you... If you have any... Ah, yes. Those wandering BT... A fitting name. They can't see everything, meaning you might... I don't really have anything else to say right now. Sam, I think it's high time we get going. All this relaxation is no good for my sciatica.
Feels good. destination. Delivery route. creation. Delivery route finalized. Now leaving chiral network coverage. creation. Delivery route finalized.
Sam, we've got some updates on the disturbances in the tar currents. The point of greatest instability appears to be not too far from the site you linked up at the very beginning of your journey, in the vicinity of Ciudad Nudo del Norte. Corallium levels are well outside the normal range, and I'm willing to bet there's something of interest to be found there. For instance, we've also received reports of a giant shadow. I've marked the location on your map. Proceed there as soon as you can. And Sam, be advised that the anomaly is growing larger. Left unchecked, it's unclear what wider impact this might have. We also won't be able to travel to the beach until the issue is resolved. You're the only one we can turn to. Get moving and sort this out.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route
What in the world's happening to the sky? I have a tremendously bad feeling about this. We had better hurry, Sam.
a nice repair job. She's practically sparkling.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route
Gatequake? Quick, Sam, we need to pick up the pace. ready for this, Sam. See those reddish areas on its body? I suspect they may be its weak points. Think you can hit them? Are you injured, Sam? Just like that, Sam. Looks like you managed to hit its weak point. see us. Now's our chance, Sam. Enemy's growing weaker, Sam. Keep it up a little longer. Excellent work, Sam. Honestly, to take down such a massive monstrosity is an incredible feat. I can only assume that the disturbances in the tar currents will now start to subside. But we don't have time to waste. We need to get to your shelter as quickly as possible.
delivery route.
Brilliant work, Sam. On a different subject, about APAS 4000. We used the drawbridge Cupid and had a go at digging through the relevant records. Our search yielded an explanation as to how they managed to construct their servers on the beach. They mathematically predicted a point where the tar currents intersected with the beach and dispatched cargo ships with the necessary materials along this route. We also acquired the data for the special propulsion system needed to make the trip. Now rest assured, we've already begun the work of retrofitting this system to the DHV Magellan's own components. Once we're finished, we'll have the ability to travel to and from any beach we please. Wherever Higgs goes, we should be able to follow. That said, to reach a beach of your choosing, you need an item with a strong connection to the place. Higgs has Amelie's Kipu and Dreamcatcher in his possession, as I recall. Either would have served as a sufficient connection to both you and her. Higgs is single-minded in his obsession. He only cares about you and Amelie. That's not enough, though. As you know only too well, emotions alone don't amount to a powerful connection. Just like how communicating with someone via hologram is no substitute for being able to reach out and touch their actual heart. What I'm trying to say is, you need something physical, a tangible object that binds you to Amelie. There must be something suitable in your shelter, and that's exactly what we need you to find. With it, we'll be able to follow Higgs to the beach. Higgs is hell-bent on triggering the last stranding, and we don't have much time until he does. We're working as quickly as we can to get the ship's engines ready. But you, Sam, you need to get us the key to unlock the beach the bastards fled to, before it's too late. At the very least, the tar currents appear to have calmed down somewhat. The DHV Magellan can travel to your position without issue. We'll link up with you at your shelter. Sam, this is Tarman. Fragile is still suffering from the effects of jump shock. Nevertheless, we can't do this without her assistance. She'll lead the way by identifying the specific beach we need to reach. All doom sufferers aboard the ship will then harness their powers to help perform the jump and reduce the strain on her as much as possible. Now, while it's true that Fragile and Higgs are no strangers to one another, the success of this jump ultimately hinges on the strength of the connection between her and you. It needs to be unbreakable. You and Fragile must ensure your Ka and Ha are linked by a connection that will withstand any and all strain.
Let's go. Just a bit further now.
That belongs to you, doesn't it? I doubt that it held any meaning for Amelie. Is that?
It's Bridget. Emily.
Yes, this photo of Amelie, or Bridget, should serve as a tie to the quipu she wore, meaning we should be able to use it to connect to the quipu in Higgs's possession as well. Yes, this is exactly what we need, Sam.
Sam, with what you've found, we should be able to determine which beach Higgs ran off to. Hurry back to the ship. It's time we took the fight to Higgs.
Higgs isn't going to go down without a fight, Sam. Do whatever it takes to save tomorrow.
Patched up and good to go.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Sam, it's Di Hartman. The DHV Magellan can get underway at any time, but we'll need everyone to work together to make it happen. When you're ready to depart, come and join us on the bridge.
Sam, when you come to the bridge, be sure to bring your BB pod with you. We have to pray it still has a strong connection to Amelie.
Everybody ready? Concentrate. And focus your powers.
For the sake of the future, we must all come together. As a barrier to the bad, and a gateway to the good. All hands, brace for launch.
Engaging tar ballast pumps. DHV Magellan, ready to dive.
There was a time when I would shatter at every hit or so, but now I barely feel the pain when I fall. This violence is turning madness, forgetting what was sold. I tell you all that men are breaking, but you don't know. Don't waste your life observing the slaughter. There is no time to grieve the sun. Take every chance of trying all you can find. Then you'll know go catch the light and shine it all around. It's all we have to survive this world.
Fragile. Fragile. Discharging tar ballast tanks. DHV Magellan surfacing.
Get us airborne, on the double.
Attention all hands. Prepare for flight mode. Brace yourselves.
1,000 souls stranded in this place, bound to 8 paths to create this singular beach.
So this is where Higgs is.
I'm activating the hologram. Look! Zooming in.
Tomorrow.
Multiple VTs approaching.
Stand by and prepare for battle.
Please, Sam. It has to be you. You have to be the one to finish it.
Take the guitar with you. It's the perfect weapon for a place like this. It draws in chiralium from the surrounding air and converts it into energy. Here on the beach, it should pretty much work indefinitely.
Sam, take me as well. I can serve as a communicator.
We'll take care of things here. Get to it, Sam.
Be careful. And remember, I'll always be with you.
Fragile.